Hi, welcome into my studio. This is a very quick time-lapse overview of a 3-hour drawing I've recently done, a pastel of this dramatic scene. Now my whole idea for this scene was to see how much detail I could actually get in it in pastels. It's not particularly large, it's only about 12 or 14 inches high, about 8 inches wide. So it was a bit of a challenge, and as I said, I wanted to see how much detail I could get in there, especially in the grasses. So I'll talk you through the overview, but as I said, there's a 3-hour video of this available as well. So this piece started off as a test piece. I was only intending on doing just a grass to try things out, so I'd never done grass this detailed before, didn't even know if it could actually be done. So I started off on the bottom part of it, blocking in with pan pastels. They are by far the easiest way I've found of creating a great underpainting really fast, lots and lots of colours in the range. So once I've blocked in all those confusing greens, colours, tones, everything was starting to make a lot more sense, then I began with the pencils in the distance and started layering those pencil marks over from the distance, coming closer and closer to the foreground. Now I'm using pastel matte paper so that it layers very, very well. If you're using something like ingress paper, you're not going to be able to do this at all. So you must use a paper that can actually take layers. So kind of a textured or a sanded paper might be even better, where you can get more and more layers on top. You can see the grasses came out really very realistic. I was very happy with the way they came out, the way I could do that layering, and using my fur technique it was much easier than I had anticipated. And in fact they turned out so well I decided to do the top part of the drawing also, so I was very fortunate that I had left enough of that pastel matte paper that I could fit in the mid-ground trees and also the mountain. So you can see pan pastels once again for all the blocking in stages, putting in the main colours and tones of the mountain and a section of the sky as well. Now if I had planned to do this whole drawing, I would have started with the mountain, the background, worked to the mid foreground and then the grasses last, especially because I'm working flat. So with those basic tones of the mountain already blocked in, I then start once again with the detail. So out come my Pitt pastel pencils and my Carbothello pencils and a couple of other brands too, and I begin that detailing process, just trying to make minor adjustments as I'm getting more and more accurate all the time. And as you probably know, the beauty with pastels and using a sanded paper is that we can do all those layers, so it's very, very similar to oil painting. Then I start to work my way from the mountain down the paper, and I'm doing those mid-ground trees. So I've already got the base tones in there. That's when I then come back in, start to put the real darks on the trees, and then the highlights on top. Taking each tree one at a time, then I'm working my way down again to this more mid-ground lake. Only need a few suggestions, didn't want to make it too detailed and too much a center of interest. Then with that done, it was time to start working on the sky, and on the longer video I really show you in detail exactly how I do the sky and how I do the clouds as well with softer pastels. The clouds are not too detailed in this piece, just acting as a supporting role. All that had to be done before I put in those large trees on the right hand side. Then it was just a case of working over the whole drawing and really starting to add those final refinements. So I did a bit of blending here and there, a few loose grasses, and you can see the supplies I've got around my drawing as well. So it was definitely time at the end of this to spend a good hour putting all my supplies back away. Now if you like this type of realism, I've got a lot more drawings on my Patreon channel and a lot more new ones coming up every single month. If you're looking for even more great art sources, I've really got you covered. First off, I've got a Patreon channel that's been going well over a year or so, packed with around about 50 or more videos and new ones every month. Lots of the videos are many hours long, so you can see they're really in-depth. Subjects such as turtles, birds, elephants, big cats, you name it, is on there. So that's my Patreon channel. And also on that Patreon channel, before I go on to something else, I've got a secret Facebook group. So only the members are actually on there. It's the most supportive and friendly Facebook group that I've ever seen. I know I'm biased, but it really is. We've got 400 or 500 members on there, and they all help each other. So that's a great added bonus. That comes free with it. Also, you get line art every month as well. And we've just designed a brand new companion website for it. So if you've joined other Patrons and channels and you found it very difficult to navigate around, we got this free website that comes with it. All the videos are now just a single click away. It couldn't be any easier than it is. I've also got my site, jasonmorgan.co.uk, lots of tutorial videos, DVD discs and downloads on there. And if you're struggling for reference photos for your art projects, I've got some of those too. I've got 900 plus on my website, wildlifeart-online.com, and they will be copyright free for you, so you can paint and draw from them and sell your work with no copyright worries whatsoever. So hope you like those extra resources, and I'll see you all again real soon.